Kentucky, running a minute or two late. Sorry about that. Had to get Sticker Kid presentable, right? Hey, got Sticker Granddaughter, Sticker Kid here.
You need to scoot up a little.
Everybody say hi. You gonna say hi? We got a barn burner today. About halfway through this live stream, I'm gonna open this package I just got from Maryland. It has 4 board games from the 60s. We'll see how good a condition they're in. One of them's the Beatles. Today is the 60th anniversary of Meet the Beatles. What do you think of that? I was 10 years old when Meet the Beatles came out. Can you remember when you were 10 years old?
2 years ago.
Meet the Beatles came out on January 20th, 1964. This is the first issue of stereo Meet the Beatles that made in Scranton with the number 3 on there. This is one of the first 20,000 that of the stereos they put out by mistake that don't have any BMI or ASCAP after the songs. No copyright rights. That was a mistake. They quickly changed that. So only the very first issues had that.
Wolfie Baby said, hi, STICKERMANIA and Sticker Kids.
All right. Say Woofy Baby. Woofy Baby has his own channel now. He's got about 3 videos out there. You better sub him and check him out, okay? He lives in the New York area. This is a mono Meet the Beatles that has a Beatles Are Coming sticker fixed to it. The Capitol representatives had thousands of these. They were putting those Beatles Are Coming stickers on everything. That was the very first Beatles memorabilia item made in the USA, is that Beatles Are Coming sticker. And I'm sure you remember my Meet the Beatles that I got with the paste over. They were pasting the Meet the Beatles on other album covers because they couldn't keep up with the demand, because they thought it was only going to sell 200,000, and it sold like 4 million in 3 months. And this is what first came out in the United Kingdom, November 22nd of 1963 with the Beatles. It had 14 tracks, where Meet the Beatles only had 12 tracks. But they did a great job of what songs to put on there. They started off with I Want to Hold Your Hand, the big single, and then the B-side, I Saw Her Standing There, and then they slowed it down with This Boy as the 3rd track. So it's my little spiel on Meet the Beatles. They came out 10 days after introducing the Beatles. I had this in a couple of my videos, this first stereo ad back, and this guy kept telling me he knew a Capitol employee out in LA. He kept saying there's no stereo original versions in true stereo of introducing the Beatles. And I kept saying, well, I've had about 5 of them in my lifetime. And he finally just gave up. But this does have true stereo mixes on almost all the songs, except for Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You, with stereo at the 12 o'clock, right above VJ. This is the real deal. It's got the ads on the back. to disguise it. It's got "Love Me Do" and "P.S. I Love You" on it. And it has to have "Printed in the USA" right on the edge. If you don't have "Printed on the USA," "Printed in the USA," you have a counterfeit. All right, we'll get into some new arrivals. Got this in yesterday. What do you think, Sticker Kid? Any questions? You're awful serious. This is a 1978 pressing from the United Kingdom of Sgt. Pepper that was imported over the USA, and they were putting them in the very first 3,000 numbered boxes of the Beatles BC-13. They were all sealed inside the first 3,000 with these little "Imported from England," capital EMI, hype stickers on them. But this is factory sealed from corner to corner, never been opened. They have a box of these going off on eBay in a couple of days where all of them are sealed in the box. I'm going to try to win it.
Brad Parnell said, "Sticker Kid might benefit from taking naps on Saturday."
What do you think of that, Sticker Kid? What do you think? What do you say to Brad about that? All right.
Yeah, instead of playing Roblox all day.
Roblox. You play Roblox? All right, here's a little story on this promo box set. Never seen this in my life. A state of a man that worked for.
Well, hold on real quick, because Wolfie Baby's got a question about introducing the Beatles. Go ahead.
The permitted in the U.S. for introducing, is that for both mono and stereo, or stereo only covers?
Both stereo and mono. But they made 6,000 stereo and mono add backs, and only 2% of them were stereo. So you can find the mono with that "Printed in the USA," but to find a stereo is really rare. So there was a state of a Warner Brothers employee that worked for Warner Brothers in the 70s, and they sold all his records he had in his collection. And this one he was left from the 60s, but this is a promo box for Harry Nilsson, very first album. It's a mono copy. 1967, came out 3 months after Sgt. Pepper. And it's called Pandemonium Shadow Show Nilsson. But this is a complete promo box set that was only sent to radio stations. Harry Nilsson's first album. And this is probably what John Lennon and Paul McCartney got over in England, and they really got into Harry Nilsson, and they started calling him in the middle of the night. And Harry Nilsson was working at a bank out in LA, and first time he took a call from John Lennon, he was real tired, and he says, "Who is this?" He said, "John Lennon." And he says, "No, really, who is this?" And he couldn't believe it. And then John said, "Well, get some sleep, and I'll call you tomorrow." And he first got invited over to George Harrison's house through Derek Taylor, when Derek Taylor was working for Warner Brothers. And he met George first, and then John and Paul gave him an invitation to come over to England and watch them record. And he hung out with John Lennon at his house all night long, and then he hung out the next night with Paul McCartney all night. And so that's a pretty amazing story. But on this album, there's a song called "You Can't Do That," where he uses quotes from 14 different Beatles songs. And he also covers "She's Leaving Home" from Sgt. Pepper. A couple months after it was released, he put that on his first album. It's got the complete promo. Says Nielsen, the true one. That's how they promoted this box set. It's called Nielsen, the true one. Have fun, join Nielsen Circus Fan Club. North Vine Street, Hollywood, California. That's some glossy promo slicks of their Harry Nilsson. So he had to quit his bank job to go meet with the Beatles in England. And his life never changed a whole lot after that. Got stickers for Nilsson, the true one. Got all these descriptions of all the songs and everything. One of these songs was Cuddly Toy that the Monkees recorded on their second season. That was one of the first Harry Nilsson songs. It got a lot of attention. Cuddly Toy.
Brad Parnell asked, have you seen the movie Son of Dracula?
Son of Dracula? Yes. I went to the movie theater and saw Son of Dracula with Ringo Starr and Harry Nilsson. And there was only about 5 of us in the audience. And it was only at the movie theaters for no longer than 7 days. Nilsson, the true one. But that's a pretty amazing promo box set from a Warner Brothers employee. I don't know how that got lost in the shuffle and didn't get on the internet until last week, but I got a hold of it real quick. But it's a mono copy, and they weren't making many mono records in 1967. It says monorail right on the bottom of the label. You can't do that. She's leaving home, and Cuddly Toy. They're all on this record, and a lot of other Harry Nilsson songs. Without Her, 1941. Very first album. 10 Little Indians. Without Her, I said that. River Deep Mountain High. He re-recorded that also. All right, put that away. Just got one little corner split on the box, but it was just put away in this. And it's for many, many years. Look at that cover there. Pretty unique, Harry Nilsson. Got this in yesterday. I told you about my full-size ticket to see the Beatles in Sweden, October 1963, where John and Paul signed the front side, and George and Ringo signed the back with the COA from Roger Epperson. Yesterday, I won this in an auction. The flyer promoting the Beatles coming to Sweden October 25th, 27th, 28th, and 29th, right before the Swedish drop-in. And the 27th is Gothenburg, and that's where this ticket's from, when the Beatles performed 3 nights. This came out of a scrapbook, the original flyer for that show. So I added that to the listing of the ticket. Got this from Perry Cox, the absolute Beatles authority in America. I sold my Beatles look posters that I had in the frames there, so I changed them out with Anthology. Anthology 1, Anthology 2, Anthology 3 promo poster, and I got a Backbeat poster there. All right, before we open the seal to reveal, Sticker Kid, you want to take that out of there for me? Want to help out? Oh boy. Liven up a bit. Where's your jolly little funny self? You got know any jokes today? Not today? Where's the hype sticker on that? You see a hype sticker? This is John Lennon's first book released in America in his own right, a hardback book. And only the very first printings had the hype sticker called the Writing Beetle in red on the box, or on the book. It's a real good shape though. No writing and the pages haven't aged very much. I just put that up for sale a couple days ago. Real hard to get that first printing of that John Lennon hardback book in his own right from 1964. The year in 1964 and February 7th to February 9th, February 11th, February 12th. In my opinion, the world went from black and white to color. Some people disagree with me, but that's my opinion.
John Morano said, I want to watch Mr. Stickermania, but I'm watching a great football game.
What's the football game?
The Niners, Green Bay is 24-21 with 50 seconds left. The Niners are up.
Oh, I understand. John Marino, the winner of my first drawing on my butcher cover.
Only 50 seconds left.
And Beatles Pro won the second one. Remember, you're going to be 13 another month. You know what that means?
You can auction.
Learn to fill a butcher cover. So this is about the 60th anniversary of the second issue of Please Please Me. When it was going up the charts, right behind I Want to Hold Your Hand, VJ, the same time they released Introducing the Beatles, they released this original picture sleeve for Please Please Me and From Me to You. Look how young the Beatles look on that picture sleeve. Let's see if we can get that back in there. I think we better get into, or do I have to wait until this football game's over before I open that box?
It looks like it just went final.
Is it over with?
Hold on.
All right, butcher covers.
I bet it wasn't the 49.
Yeah, 49 is 124-21. I think so is what it's showing me.
49ers won.
Bruh.
Here's all 4 states of the butcher cover. You're not going to see too many people in the world that have all 4 states of the butcher cover. Original $20,000 first state. In near mint condition. There's can't be more than 50 in the world that are in this kind of condition. I've shown that several times. And then we go into a second state. And let's put this away first. This is the second state I just got in. You see the butcher cover underneath there? Right there? Good job. Now you know how to peel it, right? That's the second state. One I haven't peeled yet. It's East Coast number 3, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Here's a third state, peeled from the West Coast. Real nice peel from the West Coast, Los Angeles number 6. These have a strong glue on them. They're really tough to get a nice peel out of them. East Coast, third state, peeled stereo butcher cover from Scranton. The number 2, that's a trunk slick that came off of it. I did this myself. The stereo Covers have a little stronger glue than the East Coast. They got that purple tint, and they got that purple banner on the top saying "New Improved Full Dimensional Stereo." The stereos are 5 times rarer than the monos. And lastly, we show the first state, a second state, 2/3 states. And Wolfie Baby got the record out of this one because he needed a West Coast real nice record, and he's real happy with it. He sent me several messages today. This is the cover that came with it. This is notice it's a little wider. All the butcher covers that were covered over were trimmed 3/16 of an inch. But this is one that doesn't have the butcher cover underneath there. See there's no V-neck. See the difference? Sticker Girl.
Yep.
You see where the butcher cover is underneath there, and it's not underneath here? Where's Ringo's V-neck? You see it right there?
Oh, yeah, I can see.
Yeah, you can see Ringo peeking through.
Why is that one dirtier? Well, not dirtier, but it looks like more worn out. The second one.
Yeah. That's my butcher covers. Not too many people in the world got 5 butcher covers.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, just stopped in to say hi, driving to Florida.
Driving to Florida, be careful there, Beatles Pro. Maybe we'll see you in Chicago, Fest for Beatle fans, next August. Remember the man that...
This, or you going with that?
No, I'm going to show this to him. There we go. Remember the man that said, how's it going, STICKERMANIA? And that's Sticker Kid. Remember that in the lobby of the Hyatt, Chicago? He said, and you go, man, somebody recognized me. Yeah, you remember.
He's just in a mopey mood today. Mopey and sad because of the weather.
Talk about this Rolling Stones and a couple Led Zeppelins, and we're going to do the opening the box of the 4 board games.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if they're as good a condition as I hope they are.
Probably not.
So this is the original Their Santanics Majestics request from Rolling Stones from 1967 with the red psychedelic inner sleeve. And in the early 70s, they found some lenticulars at the Very View factory in New York. And this is one of them that was never glued on the cover. The original lenticular 3D. Got that in this week. This is only the second time I've had one of these. It was left over and found in the warehouse. All right, let's open this box of board games and
This will be the first thing. You'll be at the convention.
you'll be at the Beatle Fest. Oh, we forgot to show Led Zeppelin. Got these 2 Led Zeppelins in today.
What about Spice Girls?
You always be talking spice.
He said no.
Tomorrow there's a real nice Led Zeppelin 2 Monarch is supposed to go up in near mint condition. And I'm going to try to snap it up. But how much do you think that I'm going to have to pay to get a near mint RL Led Zeppelin 2 in the first second? How much do you think? The most desired pressing, audiophile pressing record there is.
Raccoon.
Give me a price. You have an idea of what it's going to cost? $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000?
7. 2,000.
$2,000. That's it.
Yeah, that one.
But we'll see if I get a hold of it. You'll hear about it next week if I get a hold of it. He's supposed to give me a heads up as soon as it gets up there. Got this in today. A second issue of Led Zeppelin House of the Holy Factory Sealed. I got to get this price sticker off real careful to get that. Show the dryer maker includes the hit dryer maker on that hype sticker. It'll be worth a lot more if I get that price sticker off there without ruining the hype sticker. Got the title backs on the back and the OBI to make it politically correct. That's a second issue with a 19130 catalog number. This is the first issue of Physical Graffiti from 1975 and the Factory Shrink. Just got that in today with 2 near mint records. This is a tough one to find, near mint records, because the sleeves were real rough on the records that were inside that Physical Graffiti. I'm just getting into that Physical Graffiti album. What a great double album. Right up there with The Beatles and Exile on Main Street by the Rolling Stones. All right, let's do the seal. Let's open this box.
John Marino said, once I had a 15 by 15
What is it?
One time I had a 15 by 15 Titanic Majesty's Request lens.
Is that a tickler? 15 by 15, that must have been a promo for the store.
Yeah, he said he sold it to a Rockaway store.
Rockaway Records. How much you get for it? My guess is you got about $500 for that.
I would spend 10,000.
All right, this came from
Can I open it?
Germantown, Maryland.
400.
400, that's pretty close. This was an auction, auctionzip.com, that went off last week. And they estimated the winning price of these 4 board games in the 60s was going to be $30 to $40. And there were 3 of us that kept bidding against each other and ended up going for $500. I was a winner. All right. Be careful. Right down that middle.
Is a snake gonna pop out?
You got to get the blade right.
Oh no.
All right. Do it.
Yeah, he ain't even doing it right. You just need to take it from him.
You want to do it?
Well, I don't want you to...
Be careful. You got to hold on like this and go like that down the middle. Hold on to the blade.
3, 2, 1.
Right down the middle. Keep going. You're doing good. Go. All right. Good job. Let me open the side. Thanks. Appreciate it. You did a good job. Now, can you sit down there and you'll help me when I get it over. Here we go. Sealed reveal.
John Marino said there's no way you can get bored with those board games.
Good job. The what?
The name's on it.
Oh, my name's on it? That's alright. Lot 198. Invoice. I'm doing a Polygrimes auction. Andrew, he loves to do this. There we go. 4 board games. Milton Bradley on 3 of them.
This was on my birthday.
They put plenty of rep on there, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what kind of conditions. Some of these babies are complete. I can only see the side of the boxes in the auction. They got the Beatles Flip Your Wig right on top. Here, there's your favorite thing to do. Pop away. Wait, you think it's New Year's Day? Alright, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Sorry, I encouraged you.
Yeah, that was too much. No more. Stop.
Alright, we got that all. Well, we got that glued in there good. UPS store put this together. hold on. You don't want to put any pressure on it. Alright, there you go. There's some more.
After the string.
After the string.
After.
Oh, me.
Now, that got a little too loud.
It's someone, Brad Parnell said that's the happiest sticker kid has been on my.
Yeah, well, you're right, Brad. He livened it up for that. All right, here we go. We're gonna see what they're like. There you go, sticker kid.
After string.
We have on top 1964 Beatles Flip Your Wig game with no corner splits, no aging to the front cover. I'd say that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, put those in the best, but that's about it. Other than that, it's got
Oh,
all
those
the pieces.
those pieces of 48, they always shake, move around.
Okay.
We'll have to count and make sure we got all 48 pieces. Cards. We got all 4 Beatles with no creases game board pieces.
Can we play it in?
You played it before with me.
Can we play it though?
Not that one.
Flip Your Wig game. Just missing the inner tray there that I'm used to seeing.
I see what the cards look like.
Hmm?
I just want to see what a card looks like.
Yeah, here. Organize them.
Okay.
I have an extra dice in the other room that I'll have to add to this. It's missing the dice.
Good, it's not under there.
No dice. But I have an extra one from another game. Alright, there's the first one. Where did the board game go?
Huh? You put it in there.
Oh, okay. This is the most valuable one. Gilligan's Island. From I think 65 or 66. There's only been several in the world that have sold in the last 2 years. This is a $500 board game right here. No corner splits. As long as it's complete. Don't know much about it. I'll have to do my research on this one. Gilligan's Island game. You got the moat. You must play.
Oh yeah, everything's under there.
Everything's in there. The spinner and the puzzle you put together. Looks like it's complete. Hallelujah. That's where the investment was right there. Look at that cover. Pretty amazing. That's 60 years old. Gilligan's Island game. Can't be more than 10 or 20 of these in the world left in this condition. That was the investment right there. Last 2, we got a Batman game from 1966.
Ooh.
Hopefully all the pieces are in there. Here's the board game. Somebody was seriously into collecting these board games.
I wouldn't been to
The Batman game.
how do you play it?
No, let's find out.
Once you got that on the outside.
The what?
You had it on the outside if you got it.
One more. The least value of the 4 on the bottom. James Bond, Thunderball. I guess that would be from about 1969. It's in beautiful condition. They took care not to mess up those corners. They must have stored them really well. Thunderball game. James Bond. Got all the instructions and everything in there, and that's what it looked like on the inside. A couple dice are in this one. That was expensive, risky. $500 spent, but I think I did pretty good with that Gilligan's Island. Alright, see, that was my seal to reveal. Opening live box on the air. Any questions we got?
Can I pop a bubble?
Yeah, go ahead and pop a bubble. We did butcher covers, we did all the new releases.
Yeah, two things. John Moreno. 2 comments.
John Moreno said, "Holy board game Batman."
Holy board game Batman.
And Brad Parnell said, "You need to play the Tom Jones Thunderball theme song before you play that one."
Alright, Tom Jones Thunderball theme song. Who did the theme song for Live and Let Die? 1973. I'm sure so you guys are going to know that right away. Or 1972.
Paul.
Paul McCartney.
Uh-huh.
When he sent the demo to the company, James Bond company, to use for the movie, they said, "That's a nice demo, but who's going to record the song?" And Paul kind of got upset. He said, "That's the finished version." They said, "Oh, sorry about that." You know what group made the Live and Let Die the second life of that song?
Not Paul.
Not Paul. Another group.
Rolling Stones.
Gun N' Roses.
Oh.
Live and Let Die. You ever heard the Axl Rose sing Live and Let Die?
Mm-mm.
I'm sure you'd recognize it.
Dan Castillo said, "Is that Sticker Girl or Jane Asher?" And I don't know who that is.
Jane Asher? Jane Asher was Paul's first girlfriend.
Oh, no.
She was only, I think, 16 or 17 when he met her. He lived upstairs with her brother, Peter, from Peter and Gordon. And he wrote A World Without Love in the little bedroom they had on the top floor. And then Peter Gordon took that song to #1.
What does she look like?
Jane Asher, you want to pull her up. She's a famous actress. She's still alive.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you these other ones first. Brad Parnell said Wings.
They were talking about who wrote the song, so do was skip to the very bottom.
Okay. Brad Parnell said, "I saw an interview with Denny Sahib.
Denny Sywell.
Sywell, where he talked about how amazingly fast Paul wrote that after reading the book one weekend."
He read the screenplay and then he wrote these Live and Let Die in one weekend. Yeah, but I think it's funny they thought it was a demo and it wasn't the finished version.
John Moreno said, "A golden time for great music."
1973?
I think.
Yeah. My opinion, well, I'm older. I'm a first generation Beatles fan, but my favorite music was all done from 1963 to 1973, 74. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon would have been towards the end of it. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. But I'd still have to include Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly before that, because that's what influenced the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
John said mid-60s.
Mid-60s. Yeah, somebody told me the other day, they said, yeah, there's something about that mid-60s music. You can actually hear the lyrics. So much different than every other decade.
I said that.
You said that too?
Yep.
Well, somebody else told me that at the store the other day.
That was me.
So I hope you like me, my 60th anniversary of Meet the Beatles and opening that box of board games, because I've been waiting all day, but I was at the grocery store and I couldn't open it up. I guess we got one more day of cold and then it's going to warm up a little bit on Monday.
It gets to 20,000 degrees.
20,000 degrees. All right. Sticker Kid's going to take us out.
Hold on. Brad said something.
Brad Parnell said, I like the intro Paul did for Live and Let Die on his James Paul McCartney TV special.
Yeah, that was real good. Where he had the orchestra behind him, and then at the end there was a big explosion. It looked like somebody almost got hurt.
Good night. I don't know.
All right, Sticker Kid, you can take those bubbles to the other room and just
He's
John
pop
Moreno.
them to your whole heart's consent.
John Moreno said, thanks. That was a great presentation.
All right, thanks a lot, John Marino. I hope your team won the football game. Next week I have I'm working on 3 different deals, but I got this scrapbook coming from 1963-64 from England, and it's just full of programs for all the groups that toured England in 1963, so it should be pretty amazing. When the Rolling Stones were backing up Little Richard and I'm drawing a blank. Can't remember who the main group was, but anyway, the Rolling Stones were a backup group, 1963, and then one of their first tour they were out on with the big names. We'll see. I'll show you that to you next Saturday night. So stay tuned. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thanks a lot.